Mr. Bossman, we just sold 10.9 million copies of Gran Turismo. What are we gonna do with all the extra money?
Well, I guess we can get started on the second game. We can't stop this party train now.
Come on, man. I was about to spend it all on booze and hookers.
Yep, that's right. Gran Turismo was so popular back then, they just had to make another game. Gran Turismo 1 has a very basic yet advanced premise. Its main goal is to bring one of the most realistic driving experiences to home consoles with real-life manufacturers, mainly consisting of Japanese cars and some American and British cars. But in Gran Turismo 2, they went all out. JDM cars weren't the only thing to be in the spotlight. Now it's cars from the entire world, from big block American muscle cars, advanced prototypes, cars that you probably own in real life, and whatever the hell this is.
What is that?
And even after all these years later, it is still one of the most talked about racing games of all the times. It was even given its own modern day revamp of the game, Gran Turismo 2 A-Spec. What is A-Spec, you may ask? Well, it's a fan-modded version of the game, with a huge list of new cars added into the game, along with some new events added here and there in the game. The mod is absolutely bananas. Link in the description if you want to check it out. And in this episode, I'll be playing through the A-Spec version. So if you see anything that's slightly out of the norm from the vanilla game, that's why.
Oh, they tangled!
So why not we get started on playing the feud, shall we? So we start off the game as you always do in every Gran Turismo game. You get thrown in the middle of the city, and it's your job to become the next famous race car driver.
Hi, I'm Jeff Gordon.
And you currently have $10,000 in savings. So why not we head over to the local Mitsubishi dealership, scroll through the archives of the used car lot, and buy ourselves a not so brand spanking new Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Nice.
Like every responsible first driver, we head over to the racing menus, go into the special events category, pop in the Sunday Cup, pick Tahiti Road, and we line up on the grid, ready to kick ass in our very first race.
Corner.
Well, that was a load of shit. After winning the race, your prize for completing the competition is $3,000, and you're pretty much good to go on completing the other two races for the Sunday Cup. And with the Sunday Cup out the way, let's head on over to the Clubman Cup. Now hold on just for 1 second, Buster. Yeah, sure, you can do the first two races for free, but it looks like you're gonna have to get a driver's license in order to do the third race. Hold on a second, you've been driving without a license this entire time?
I was driving before I could drive.
So because of the legal reasonings, we're gonna have to head over to get our driver's license. Now in the OG Gran Turismo, you only had to do 3 classes in order to unlock all of the races. Here in 2, you now have 5 classes to do in order to have access to all of the races. And yeah, it does take some time to get through every single test, but at least you'll learn a thing or two about the basics of driving and racing. And occasionally, you'll experience some heartbreak now and then. But after some time driving around in random cars and random tracks, you achieve the IA license, and we're basically done here, are we? We'll take care of that later. Now, obviously, the whole point here is to complete them all and win some money, right? Of course. But not just money for you to win, but also prize cards as well. For every race that you compete in, you unlock a brand not so spanking new car in your garage, thus saving you some time and money from digging through all the dealerships trying to find the right car. Or you can become a fucking cheater McCheatface and give yourself a small loan of $99,999,999, basically giving yourself no risk or challenge whatsoever, giving you the ability to snatch whatever car you want, pump in a trillion upgrades, and make your car obnoxiously competitive like your goddamn Max Verstappen. But you know what? What the hell? It's kind of fun to do, and there are a ton of special events to compete in. So you're gonna be in for a long drive. You pick a car that's appropriate for the race, skadoodle skedaddle your way through said track, driving and navigating through a PS1-ified forest like you're Lara Croft or a goddamn Sesame Street character. Or if you have way too much time on your hands, you can check out the endurance races. And there's a couple of different events to try out. But let me tell you, you'll be driving round and round and round the track for quite a long time. So get a competitive car and sit back as if you're actually in the race. And a new thing that's in Gran Turismo 2 are rally races. Basically here, you get a bunch of off-road tracks to pick through, and you get to pick your opponent, and basically the goal here is to beat the time trial ghost. Sometimes they're fast as fuck, but if you're driving an overpowered car, you'll be smooth sailing.
Medium left, medium left! Listen to my call!
And last but not least is the Gran Turismo League, where you got races divided by country of manufacturer, European and Pacific races, and the ultimate grandpappy of them all, the Gran Turismo World League and the Formula 1 Championship. Well, we got a ton of money in the bank, so we can just basically nepotism our way into the sport and buy ourselves the Minardi MO1.
And it's lights out and away we go!
This is the worst start for a Grand Prix that I have ever seen in the whole of my life.
But also don't get too comfortable on having to do only 4 of these groups of races. That's because every dealership in the game also features their own events to compete in. For example, here in Nissan, you got all these races to do, like the G-Tur meeting, and that's saying you have to go inside the dealership and buy yourself a not-so-brand spanking new Nissan Skyline G-Tur, and you'll be thrown into a random track in the game, and you'll be racing against AI drivers, all in Skyline G-Turs. And after you complete said event for the manufacturer, you're still not done, cause now you gotta do it again, but as a race car. So you gotta go to the auto parts store and race carify your car, aka squishing it into a Fisher-Price toy, and you're doing the exact same thing as earlier, except now it's race cars. Prepare to do a ton of these manufacturer events. Every brand in the game has them, and they'll keep you quite busy, let me tell you. Or you can just buy yourself a Dodge Challenger, paint it yellow, and pretend to be John Tanner from Driver or something.
Piensas que quiero tu sangre en mi camisa?